Ladies and gentlemen, giving is the foundation of increase. Look around at the world. The greatest sources of abundance, nature, wisdom, and love, are all built on giving. The sun does not demand payment for its warmth. The trees do not withhold their fruit. Likewise, those who give freely, whether it be knowledge, kindness, or resources, will always have more to offer. Giving is not subtraction, it is multiplication. When you pour into others, you open the door for greater blessings to flow back into your life. Giving expands your capacity. The person who gives knowledge becomes wiser. The one who shares love experiences deeper relationships. The leader who serves his people gains influence. Giving is the key to growth. When you hold on to what you have, you limit yourself. But when you give, you expand your capacity. The more you give, the more you receive. Not always in material form, but in wisdom, influence, and peace. Receiving is momentary, but giving is eternal. Think about the gifts you have received in life. Many of them were enjoyed for a moment and then forgotten. But the things you have given, your time, your mentorship, your love, these have shaped lives beyond what you can see. Wealth can be lost, fame can fade, but the seeds of giving grow into a lasting legacy. The greatest individuals in history are not remembered for what they owned, but for what they gave. True fulfillment comes from purpose, not possession. Many chase success, thinking it is found in receiving more. But the most satisfied people in life are those who have discovered the power of giving. Why? Because we were created to give. Fulfillment is not found in accumulating possessions, but in living a purpose-driven life. When we give, we step into the divine design for our existence, one where joy is not in taking, but in serving. My friends, if you want to live a life of true success and joy, embrace the principle of giving. Give your knowledge, your time, your encouragement, your love, and even your resources. The more you give, the more life will give back to you, not just in wealth, but in purpose, in impact, and in eternal reward. In life, there is a universal law that governs success, fulfillment, and abundance, the law of giving. This principle is deeply rooted in nature, in human relationships, and even in spiritual and economic systems. True wealth is not measured by how much one accumulates, but by how much one contributes. While many people believe that receiving brings happiness and security, the reality is that giving is the true source of increase. Those who understand this principle and apply it in their daily lives experience growth, influence, and lasting fulfillment. When we think about wealth, the first thought that often comes to mind is material possessions, money, property, or assets. However, real wealth goes far beyond tangible riches. It includes knowledge, wisdom, kindness, love, and the ability to impact lives positively. The paradox of giving is that when we give, we never truly lose. Instead, we create opportunities for greater abundance. A person who generously shares their knowledge with others does not become less wise. On the contrary, they sharpen their own understanding and gain deeper insights. A teacher who educates students does not become less knowledgeable. Rather, they refine their expertise and leave a lasting legacy in the minds of those they teach. This same principle applies to wealth in all its forms. Nature itself is built on the principle of giving. The sun does not withhold its light, yet it never runs out of energy. The ocean does not keep its water to itself. It gives through evaporation, forming clouds that bring rain to nourish the earth, and in turn rivers flow back into the sea. Trees do not hoard the oxygen they produce. They release it freely sustaining life for all living creatures. In the same way, people who give are never depleted. Instead, they position themselves within the divine cycle of abundance, where what they release comes back in greater measure. Those who understand this truth do not fear giving, because they know that in giving, they open doors for greater blessings to flow into their lives. One of the biggest misconceptions about giving is the fear of lack. Many people hesitate to give because they believe that giving means losing. They are afraid that if they give their time, money, or resources, they will have less for themselves. However, history and experience show that this is not the case. Businesses that invest in their communities and employees tend to thrive because generosity creates goodwill, loyalty, and positive relationships. Leaders who give their time and mentorship to others build stronger teams, earn respect, and expand their influence. On a personal level, those who give love and kindness freely experience deeper relationships and emotional fulfillment. The more we give, the more we receive. Not always in the exact form we gave, but in ways that enrich our lives beyond measure. Throughout history, some of the wealthiest and most influential individuals have been those who practiced generous giving. Philanthropists, thought leaders, and visionaries understand that giving is the key to sustained success. They do not hoard their wealth. Instead, they invest it in causes that uplift others. By doing so, they create a ripple effect of prosperity that benefits not only themselves, but also entire generations. Consider great leaders who dedicated their lives to service. Their wealth was not merely in money, but in the legacy they left behind. Their names are remembered not for how much they owned, but for how much they gave to the world. Another important aspect of giving is that it fosters gratitude and contentment. When we give, we shift our focus from what we lack to what we have. This shift in perspective brings peace and joy as we begin to appreciate the abundance already present in our lives. People who are generous tend to be more positive and resilient because they recognize that their resources, talents, and opportunities are meant to be shared. This mindset of abundance empowers them to give without fear, knowing that provision is always available to those who live with open hands. Giving also creates strong, meaningful relationships. Whether in friendships, families, workplaces, or communities, generosity strengthens bonds and builds trust. When people give selflessly, they create connections that go beyond material exchanges. A helping hand in times of need, a word of encouragement, or a simple act of kindness can leave a lasting impact on someone's heart. Relationships that are built on the principle of giving tend to be more fulfilling and enduring because they are based on mutual care and support rather than selfish gain. Giving is the foundation of increase. It is a principle that governs success in every aspect of life, whether in business, leadership, relationships, or personal growth. Those who give open themselves up to greater rewards. The wealthiest people are not those who have the most, but those who have given the most. True prosperity is not about accumulation. It is about contribution. When we give, we align ourselves with the natural and spiritual laws of abundance, ensuring that we will never lack. Giving does not deplete us. It positions us for overflow. One of the greatest truths in life is that giving is not just an act of generosity, but a key to personal and professional growth. Many people believe that keeping what they have, whether it is knowledge, resources, or time, will secure their success. However, the opposite is true. The more we give, the more we grow. Giving expands our capacity, enhances our wisdom, strengthens our character, and increases our influence. It positions us for greater opportunities and deeper fulfillment. Those who embrace the principle of giving find that it opens doors, builds connections, and transforms their lives in ways they never imagined. When we give, we create room for new things to enter our lives. Imagine a vessel filled to the brim with water. If it is never emptied, it has no space to receive more. The same applies to knowledge, skills, and opportunities. If we hold on to what we have and refuse to share, we limit our ability to grow. But when we pour into others, we create space for greater wisdom, experiences, and blessings to flow into our lives. A mentor who shares their expertise with others does not lose knowledge. Instead, they refine and deepen their understanding. A leader who empowers others does not become weaker. They strengthen their ability to guide and inspire. By giving, we expand our own potential. In many areas of life, those who give more tend to become more capable. A teacher who constantly shares their knowledge becomes an expert in their field. A business person who invests in others gains greater leadership skills. A person who gives kindness and support to others builds strong relationships and emotional intelligence. This principle applies universally. Giving increases our capacity to receive and utilize what we have more effectively. The mind of a giver is always growing, always learning, and always evolving. Beyond personal growth, giving also expands our influence. Influence is not measured by how much we possess, but by how much impact we have on others. Some of the most influential people in history were not those who hoarded wealth or knowledge, but those who shared it freely. Their ability to touch lives, inspire change, and create lasting impact came from their willingness to give. True leaders are not those who demand power, but those who serve. The more one gives, the more trust, respect, and loyalty they gain from those around them. A generous person attracts opportunities and relationships that a self-centered person never will. People are naturally drawn to those who contribute to the well-being of others. Whether in business, community service, or personal relationships, those who give tend to build stronger networks and receive greater support in return. Giving is a magnet for opportunities. When you help others succeed, they in turn open doors for you. A leader who invests in the growth of their team earns the loyalty and dedication of those they lead. A business that gives back to the community gains customer trust and long-term success. Giving builds bridges, opens doors, and creates pathways to greater influence. Giving also enhances our creativity and problem-solving abilities. When we give, we force ourselves to think beyond our own needs and consider the needs of others. This outward focus strengthens our ability to innovate, adapt, and find solutions. A person who constantly shares ideas and knowledge develops a sharper mind. A professional who mentors others refines their expertise through teaching. The process of giving requires us to engage with the world in a more dynamic way, leading to greater intellectual and emotional growth. Many successful individuals attribute their achievements to the principle of giving. They understand that hoarding knowledge, wealth, or opportunities limits their growth. By sharing what they have, they create an ecosystem of success where everyone benefits, including themselves. Giving is not a loss, it is an investment. When we invest in others, we create cycles of success that come back to us in unexpected ways. It is no coincidence that those who give generously often find themselves surrounded by abundance. Another profound effect of giving is the development of character and resilience. Generous individuals develop qualities such as patience, empathy, and humility. They learn to see beyond their immediate desires and focus on long-term impact. Giving strengthens one's sense of purpose and fulfillment. It teaches discipline, gratitude, and the value of relationships. Those who give with the right motives experience a deeper sense of meaning in life. Giving is a principle that ensures continuous expansion. It stretches our minds, our abilities, and our influence. It transforms ordinary people into leaders, mentors, and change makers. It takes us from a mindset of limitation to one of abundance. Those who hold on to what they have will remain stagnant, but those who give will continue to rise. The more we give, the more we grow, and the greater our impact on the world. One of the greatest misconceptions in life is the belief that accumulating wealth, possessions, or personal achievements is the highest form of success. While receiving certainly brings moments of joy and comfort, it is always temporary. The things we receive, whether material or emotional, eventually fade, wear out, or lose their value. However, what we give has the power to create a lasting impact that outlives us. Giving is an act that transcends time, affecting not only the present but also shaping the future. It creates a ripple effect, influencing generations and leaving behind a legacy that cannot be erased. Consider the things we receive in life: money, gifts, praise, and recognition. While they provide temporary satisfaction, they do not define our true purpose. A person who only seeks to receive may feel fulfilled for a moment, but that feeling quickly fades, leading to an endless pursuit of more. The pursuit of receiving can become an endless cycle where no amount of wealth, fame, or possessions is ever enough. In contrast, giving provides a sense of fulfillment that cannot be taken away. The impact of generosity remains, sometimes growing even stronger over time. The gifts we give, the wisdom we share, and the love we offer have the power to transform lives in ways we may never fully realize. History is filled with individuals who left a lasting mark on the world, not because of what they received, but because of what they gave. The greatest leaders, teachers, and visionaries are remembered for their contributions to humanity, not for their personal gains. Their words, actions, and sacrifices continue to inspire people long after they are gone. Scientists who dedicated their lives to discovery, humanitarians who gave selflessly to help others, and educators who shared their knowledge. They all left behind something that could not be measured in material terms. Their legacy was built on giving. The things we give, whether knowledge, kindness, encouragement, or resources, have a multiplying effect. When we share wisdom with others, it spreads far beyond what we can see. A single act of kindness can inspire another, creating a chain reaction of goodwill. A teacher's lesson can empower a student to change the world. A leader's mentorship can shape future generations. Unlike material possessions, which can be lost or destroyed, the impact of giving continues to grow, shaping lives long after the giver is gone. Even in our personal relationships, giving strengthens bonds in ways that receiving never can. People remember those who stood by them in difficult times, those who offered guidance, love, and support. Relationships that are built solely on receiving tend to be weak and short-lived. However, relationships founded on giving, whether through time, effort, or emotional support, create deep and lasting connections. A person who is always looking to receive may find themselves alone when they have nothing more to take, but a person who gives will always be surrounded by love and respect. Another aspect of giving that makes it eternal is its ability to shape character. When we give, we develop qualities such as selflessness, empathy, and gratitude. Giving forces us to look beyond ourselves and recognize the needs of others. It teaches us the true meaning of wealth, which is not measured by what we have, but by what we are able to share. The act of giving transforms us, making us better, more compassionate, and more fulfilled individuals. Those who give freely often experience a greater sense of purpose, knowing that their lives have meaning beyond their own personal gains. The concept of giving is also deeply rooted in spiritual and natural laws. Every major philosophy and religion teaches the importance of generosity, emphasizing that what we give comes back to us in greater ways. This principle is not just spiritual, but also practical. In business, companies that give back to their communities often build stronger customer loyalty and long-term success. In leadership, those who invest in others tend to create teams that are more dedicated and productive. In personal growth, individuals who give their time and resources to help others often find that they themselves are enriched in the process. Receiving is momentary, but giving is eternal. The things we receive may satisfy us for a time, but they will eventually lose their value. However, the things we give, our time, wisdom, kindness, and resources, have the power to leave an imprint on the world that lasts beyond our lifetime. True fulfillment is found not in how much we have accumulated, but in how much we have contributed. A life spent chasing after more will always feel empty, but a life dedicated to giving will always be full. One of the greatest misunderstandings in life is the belief that true happiness and fulfillment come from acquiring more money, more possessions, more recognition, or more status. Society constantly promotes the idea that success is measured by how much a person owns or how much they receive. However, history, experience, and wisdom all reveal that true fulfillment does not come from possessions, but from living a purpose-driven life. A person who chases after material wealth without a sense of purpose will always feel empty, while someone who dedicates their life to giving, serving, and contributing to the world will experience lasting joy and contentment. Possessions, no matter how valuable, can never satisfy the deepest needs of the human heart. Wealth can provide comfort, luxury, and convenience, but it cannot give meaning to life. Many people spend their lives accumulating riches, only to realize later that money cannot buy inner peace, genuine relationships, or a sense of significance. Material things eventually lose their appeal. A new car becomes old, a big house becomes just another place to live, and expensive clothes go out of style. No matter how much a person collects, there is always a desire for more. This endless pursuit can lead to frustration, dissatisfaction, and even anxiety. Purpose, on the other hand, provides a deeper level of fulfillment that does not fade with time. When a person knows that their life has meaning beyond just personal gain, they experience a sense of inner peace and joy that no amount of wealth can replace. Living with purpose means using one's abilities, time, and resources to make a positive impact on others. It means aligning one's life with values that go beyond self-interest. Those who focus on purpose rather than possession understand that life is not just about what they can take, but about what they can give. Giving plays a crucial role in discovering and fulfilling one's purpose. People who dedicate themselves to helping others, sharing their knowledge, or making a difference in their communities often feel a level of satisfaction that material wealth can never provide. The act of giving brings a sense of fulfillment because it aligns with the way human beings are designed. We are not meant to live in isolation, serving only ourselves. True joy is found in relationships, in uplifting others, and in leaving a legacy that outlives us. When we give, we tap into a deeper sense of meaning that cannot be found in material accumulation. Another reason why fulfillment comes from purpose rather than possession is that possessions are temporary, while purpose is eternal. Everything that a person owns can be lost, stolen, or destroyed. A financial crisis can wipe away years of accumulated wealth. A natural disaster can take away homes and businesses. Even fame and status can disappear overnight. However, purpose cannot be taken away. A person who lives with purpose continues to make an impact no matter their financial situation. Their legacy is not in what they owned, but in what they gave to the world. When people reflect on their lives, they do not find fulfillment in the things they bought, but in the relationships they built, the lives they touched, and the difference they made. This is why many successful individuals who have accumulated vast wealth eventually turn to philanthropy. After reaching the peak of financial success, they realize that true joy is not found in having more. They understand that possessions alone cannot satisfy the deeper need for purpose and meaning. Living a purpose-driven life also creates a sense of stability and emotional well-being. People who focus solely on acquiring wealth often live in fear of losing what they have, fear of competition, and fear of not having enough. This fear leads to stress and a lack of peace. However, those who focus on purpose experience a sense of confidence and security. They know that their worth is not measured by their bank account, but by the value they add to others. They do not live with the anxiety of losing material things, because their true riches are found in the impact they make. Another important aspect of purpose is that it leads to long-term happiness. Studies have shown that people who live with purpose tend to be happier and healthier than those who only seek personal gain. When individuals give their time, talents, and resources to something greater than themselves, they experience a sense of joy that material success alone cannot provide. This is why volunteers, teachers, mentors, and caregivers often report high levels of life satisfaction. Their work may not always bring financial wealth, but it brings something even greater, a sense of fulfillment and joy. Fulfillment is ultimately about legacy. The question every person must ask themselves is, what will I be remembered for? Will they be remembered for the things they owned or for the lives they impacted? The answer is clear. People are remembered for what they gave, not for what they kept. Those who live for purpose understand that true success is measured by contribution, not accumulation. They invest in relationships, in knowledge, in kindness, and in the next generation. Their fulfillment comes not from what they possess, but from the purpose they serve.